The RT 1 o'clock news.
Good afternoon from the newsroom. More than 21,000 doses of the AstraZeneca vaccine are due to arrive in Ireland this weekend as preparations for a wider rollout of COVID-19 vaccines gathers pace. Last night, the HSE agreed a programme for the rollout of two other vaccines with the Irish Medical Organisation. Under the plan, the vast majority of the almost 500,000 people aged over 70 will be able to get the Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 jabs directly from their GP, starting on Monday week.
The top 70% of GP practices have more than 200 over 70s on their books. So between them they cover the vast majority of our over 70s population. They've been deemed now to be large enough to deal with the logistical challenges of receiving and administering the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. It means that 80 to 90% of our over 70s will now be able to go directly to their own GP for vaccination. Most of the smaller practices will vaccinate at newly created centralised GP-run vaccination clinics in large urban areas. For instance, 121 Dublin GPs will come together to administer the vaccines to their own patients at the COVID hub at DCU. Elsewhere, smaller GP practices will buddy up with larger practices from where vaccinations will be delivered by a patient's own GP team. The chair of the IMO GP committee, Dr Dennis McCauley, said he is confident that the body of GPs around the country are anxious to get started and deliver for their patients.
The number of patients with COVID-19 in intensive care has remained under 200 for the third day in a row. Today there are 177 patients with the virus in ICU. They're among the 1,199 people with COVID in hospitals across the country. The head of the HSE said today that this continued good trend downwards is providing much relief for hospitals, patients and their families, but it's still far too high for safety. Gardaí, investigating an international organised crime group involved in financial fraud, have identified more than €10 million stolen worldwide, 9 million of which has been laundered in Ireland. Detectives from the Garda National Economic Crime Bureau have detained a man in Dublin under anti-gang legislation. More than €20,000 worth of high-value electronic, luxury goods, jewellery and watches have also been seized. Gardaí are continuing to question a 62-year-old man who was arrested in connection with the death of a woman whose body was found in a burnt-out car in North Cork 2 days ago. The man was arrested yesterday afternoon and is being held at Fermoy Garda Station on suspicion of unlawful killing. The body of 72-year-old Mary O'Keefe of Dromahane in Mallow was found in the front seat of the burning car in woods near Doneraile on Thursday afternoon. Thousands of people have taken to the streets in Myanmar to protest against a military coup and demand the release of elected leader Aung San Suu Kyi. The large turnout came despite a move by the military rulers to shut down the internet.
6 days on from the military coup, anger is growing on the streets of Myanmar. Large crowds from all walks of life have come together in the main city Yangon and the capital Naypyidaw, shouting military dictator, fail, fail, fail. Many wearing red in support of ousted leader Aung San Suu Kyi, who's not been seen since she was detained on Monday. Police blocked access to the city centre, but for the most part protests have been peaceful up to now. The crowd came despite a blockade of the internet by Myanmar's military rulers. Access to social media has been blocked, with civil society organisations urging internet providers to challenge the blackout. Amnesty International called the shutdown reckless, while Facebook said it was extremely concerned. Military leaders have so far refused to comment and have avoided direct engagement with protesters. The military seized power, alleging fraud in November's election, which Suu Kyi's party won by a landslide, announcing a one-year state of emergency. The coup has been widely condemned around the world. Paul O'Flynn, RTE News.
In sports news, this year's Guinness Six Nations Championship begins this afternoon. Italy meet France, followed by England against Scotland. Ireland are in Cardiff ahead of tomorrow's game with Wales. Andy Farrell's side looking to improve on a third-place finish in his first year in charge. And that's the lunchtime news this Saturday. I'll see you a little later on with 6-1. Until then, from all the team here, have a lovely afternoon. Take care.
When you can't go swimming because of the rain. Avonmore Soup, the heartwarming goodness that makes everything good again.
Good afternoon and many thanks to Deirdre Castellani, whose photograph of a very frosty, icy window in North Cork, reminding us all that a weather advisory comes into effect from tomorrow. It lasts until Wednesday evening. It's for very cold weather and showers of sleet and snow in the east. Beyond that, though, there could be further snowfall across much of the country on Thursday, so do keep in touch with our forecasts. Now, today's weather is coming in from the east, so while many areas will stay dry, although cloudy today, we will see some light passing showers, and these will mainly affect eastern areas through the afternoon and also for the evening, with temperatures of 4 to 7 in light to moderate breezes. They will then pick up in strength overnight, so becoming moderate to fresh, with lowest temperatures of 0 to 4. So a frost will form as those showers continue down along the east coast and also affect parts of the south coast. And we'll still have some showers in these areas again tomorrow. It's later in the day that they start to turn wintry through the east and also for the northeast in moderate to fresh winds, with temperatures just between 1 and 5 tomorrow. So cold right across the country and particularly so up here in Ulster. For Monday, the showers turning increasingly wintry again. The daytime figures just between 1 and 3. And as the winds begin to pick up in strength on Tuesday, it looks like the showers will be blown a little further inland from the east. And that's with daytime temperatures again just getting up to about 1 or 2 degrees. And for up-to-the-minute details on conditions in your area, do check out our website. That's rte.ie/weather. Bye for now.
When you can't go swimming because of the rain. Avonmore Soup, the heartwarming goodness that makes everything good again.
The easy choice in your brain when you come under pressure is to what?
Give up.
He's one of Ireland's most prolific sports managers.
I am honestly taking this so serious, it's unreal.
But can he motivate 7 inexperienced young men?
Shut up! What are you doing? You need
to reach base camp of the highest mountain in the world.
Where you're going, there is fear.
Everest.
Failure isn't an option here. Failure is not an option.
And at what stage did we decide that Mikey wasn't coming with you?
Let's see, and get you home. You can't trust anybody but yourself.
Be careful. What's the edge? Tell him what's happening.
That's freaking me out.
Davy's toughest team. Monday at 9:35 on RTE1 and RTE Player.
We're seeing people who are very sick and very young dying from this disease.
As the third wave of COVID-19 peaks, RTE Investigates takes you inside Tallaght University Hospital.
One of the things that we're struggling with at the moment is the sheer volume.
I won't lie to you, it has been very, very tough. And it is something that has kept a lot of us awake at night.
RTE Investigates COVID-19, the third wave. Tuesday, 9:35 on RTE1 and RTE Player.
Just ahead of the live soccer on 2 tomorrow at 5:45, the Dublin Racing Festival comes live from Leopardstown. That starts at 1:30 tomorrow on RTE2. Now, with the warning this programme contains some flashing images, we catch up on Ireland's fittest family.
Look at all these pens.
Sure, we're a nation of writers. Keane.
Roy.
Swift.
Taylor.
Bean.
Mister.
Yeah.
Welcome to the quarterfinals of Ireland's Fittest Family, and as you can see, we're out of the forest. But if our families think a day at the lake is going to be a picnic, they can think again. We started with 16 families. We are now down to just 8. Tonight, one family will splash out of the competition, dashing their hopes of a Fittest Family victory. But one coach, Derval O'Rourke, was unstoppable in the heats and is on a winning streak. And with a 100% record, she